Compassion, genuine kindness, being compassionate to ourselves, being compassionate to others out into the world. We're in it's February. It's a month of heart-based practices, taking care of our physical heart, taking care of our spiritual heart. And this is, let's all dive into compassion for the next few weeks or the whole month. And so, what this is really leading to is, a world where there's so divided and so many opinions, and so many people want to be heard and understood. And it's really about caring deeply for others without worrying about their journey, worrying about their mistakes, worrying about their choices and their opinions, their experiences. And so there really is an art. There's an art to caring without carrying other people's problems or burdens or, the judgments we have of them being right or wrong. So it really comes down to two practices, in my opinion. These two practices, one is compassion, right? Compassion for others, compassion for ourselves. Number two is minding your own business. Okay, minding your own business, and we'll get to that. So the very first one, compassion. We need to understand what compassion is. Compassion is not about fixing someone or, basically that's it. Compassion is not about fixing anyone. It is about seeing someone, like really seeing past their mistakes, seeing past their opinions, seeing past their past. It's about listening without judging. It's about listening without needing to offer advice. It's really holding space, just being present. Maybe asking what someone needs, offering to help, right? And so this also comes to self-compassion, practicing self-compassion for ourselves, being kind and accepting and forgiving ourselves is really critical to cultivating passion for other people. You don't judge yourself when you make a mistake. You don't judge it. You got to get the judgment and the inner critic in the mind out. Okay, so this is where, let's practice kindness for ourselves and for everybody else. Do small acts of kindness for the next couple of weeks, right? Choose kindness, and this is the tough one, when it's not easy to choose kindness, when you would, normally judge or normally criticize yourself or someone else. Choose kindness instead, right? And you know what? Patience, there's another one. Can we be more patient with ourselves? Can we be more patient with someone else when we don't understand why they do certain things or why they're doing what they're doing, right? Just, we never know what anybody else is going through. We can't possibly know because we have our own perception of what we see. And then we have our own judgments of what that is. So we can't possibly understand what anybody else is going through in their life. So this is where compassion comes in for someone else and for ourselves. So if we can practice, and it is a practice, some people can be like really naturally very compassionate, and other people have to really work at it. And then there's just somewhere in the middle. Well, in this certain circumstance, I can find compassion, but not in this. So we throw judgment and, again, our own perceptions out there into the world. So number one, practice compassion, practice being kind, practice being patient, practice, here's another one, practice offering help without needing anything else in return. Okay, so practice kindness, practice compassion for yourself and everyone else. And then the second practice is minding your own business. Okay, letting go of any kind of judgments, right? Letting go of the need to fix somebody else or offer them advice, right? Again, this is holding space for someone, letting them just be who they are without, needing to offer advice, or maybe you should do this, right? And you know what? A big thing about minding your own business is agreeing to disagree. Agree to disagree. If you're all caught up in somebody else's business, judging them, thinking they should do this, trying to fix them, who's taking care of you, right? Minding your own business is about focusing on your own journey, focusing on your own um, ability to have some compassion and love and accept yourself unconditionally, right? So minding your own business, you got to get out of any kind of gossip, right? You got to get out of that space of gossiping, whether you're even gossiping about yourself. Okay, so this is where we can care deeply for other people and care deeply for ourselves without carrying all the burdens and all the mistakes and all the opinions and all the judgments and all of that. We don't carry that. Peace is knowing when to step in and when to step back and to let go of thinking that we know best. How do we possibly know what that is? Even for ourselves, sometimes we have to step back and just really take a broader perspective. So maybe I don't know what's best. Maybe I don't know what's best for myself. Maybe I don't know what's best for other people. Maybe I don't know. And just opening up to, maybe there's other ways of seeing the world. Maybe there's other ways of seeing this particular person that I'm maybe judging very harshly, or maybe trying to help. Like I'm really trying to help them. But, I try to help them and they do something opposite and it's frustrating and I'm watching them make mistakes. And how do I do that? Deeply, you want the best for them, but you're carrying all of, you're worrying about them, you're focusing on the mistakes that they're making in your perception of what they're making. And so this is where we come back to the heart. Just be compassionate. Are you willing to see someone? Like really see them. See past your own perceptions of what you believe is, them making mistakes. Are you willing to really listen to someone, to hear them without judging them, without trying to fix or offer up what you think is best for them? Can you just listen? That requires us to get out of the head. Yeah, right? That I think I know best. I think I can help you. But it means coming into the heart. If they ask for advice, offer it. But if they don't take it, it's not your business. It's not your business whether they take your advice or not. Maybe it works for them, maybe it doesn't. And if they haven't asked for it, they're not going to hear it anyway, right? And so it's just that holding space, being present. And we can do that work for others, and we can also do that for ourselves. Okay, so this is it's just a way of opening up your mind and going, oh, maybe I will look at things differently or look at the way I do things differently. And if you're going, well, I don't really get any of this or all of this, that's okay too. This is about practicing compassion. It's got to start with yourself, right? If you do not have compassion for yourself, how can you possibly have compassion for others? And I hear that a lot. People will say, well, I can have compassion for others, but when it comes to me, I don't really have that, that ability to, I can't, right? I judge myself too much. But you cannot have compassion for someone else if you don't practice it for you. Okay? So be kind to yourself. Be accepting and forgiving, of your own past mistakes or your own judgments. If you notice, last week I talked about, being able to change the world you see by giving up attack thoughts, right? Attack thoughts being like judgments of yourself or criticisms or blaming someone or shaming ourselves or anyone else. And so, yeah, you can absolutely change the world that you see if you can give that up. But if you're consistently berating yourself or criticizing yourself because you can't give up those judgments, you have to come back. Just come into your heart space. Be kind to yourself. Accept when you've made a mistake or you've misjudged yourself or someone else. Accept that you did, forgive that you did. No more self criticism here. And then as you're practicing this self compassion, practice kindness for yourself and others. Hug people a little longer, right? Be patient with the world, be patient with yourself, be patient with others. How about putting those phones away and really truly listening, noticing how you listen? Do you always want to fix or offer advice? Can you just listen? Give up all judgments. Realize none of this is any of your business. You're just listening. You're just letting this person be heard. Okay? So, yeah, it's not your business, but you can be that person for them that can let them feel like they're being heard. You can offer help. What do you need from me? How can I help? Not how you think you can help, because it's not your business. I'm my own business, right? It's this. My business is taking care of me, self-compassion, working on kindness within myself. How can I help? Right? Support them without needing to fix them, right? Stop worrying about others. Because when we worry about others or the world outside of us, or we're trying to get, people to see things our way, we're distracted from our own business. Okay, so it's a lot. I know that next week is a holiday, family day. So we got a couple of weeks of really just opening up our mind, loving ourselves, kind to ourselves, projecting that out or extending that love and kindness out into the world. And remember, right? Mind your own business. So if you do care deeply for so many people in this world, you got to make sure you don't carry it, because that's exhausting to carry the world problems or other people's burdens and problems. It's not your business, okay? Knowing that somebody else's issues are not your business is a really important self-care practice, okay? So mind your own business and practice compassion and be there, be present for other people. Really listen. Maybe you got to sit and really listen to your own self. So there's so much in these next couple of weeks, and let's just come into the heart space and just absolutely practice compassion for ourselves, for others, and mind your own business. Okay? Namaste, my friends. Have a fabulous couple of weeks. Thank you.